Last year, as a 10th grader, I started for the varsity team. Now, with Johnny on our team, I sit the bench. Don't get me wrong, John's a great teammate, but his joining the team clearly hurt my time. Anonymous player for the Upper Dublin High School varsity basketball team. Currently on the Upper Dublin varsity basketball team, John, a homeschooled sophomore, is in the starting lineup. It is great for every child to be playing on any court or field, but school athletic teams are not the place for students who are homeschooled. In order to remain eligible to play as a student, you must retain a passing grade in every class and be in school by 10:10 each day. Homeschoolers, however, have no daily requirements or time that they need to be accountable for. There are plenty of other opportunities for homeschooled children to play for other basketball teams, besides for a school team. Part of playing for your team is representing your school and your classmates. In Upper Dublin, as written in the Code of Conduct, you are a student first and an athlete second. Every day at 7:25 a.m., students from our school race into their homerooms before the second bell. Every day a homeschooled child is waking up at, well, whenever, and eating breakfast while watching morning cartoons. If you go to UDHS and play on the sports team, you must arrive before 10:10 or you cannot practice or play in that day's game. By 12:15 every day, you have gone through 4 very long, tedious periods. A complex math class, a tedious English class, a fact-filled social studies class, and a non-interpretable Spanish class. All the while, a homeschooler may still be in bed or just getting up for their morning shower. At some time during 4th period, we have to eat lunch in the same place every day. In the cafeteria, our options for every single day of the school year is buying the same greasy, disgusting food. A homeschooled child can head to Nick's or Fireside and relax while watching the Phillies on opening day, while we die of boredom in math. 2 years ago, for example, when the Phillies won the World Series, many kids left school for a doctor's appointment that afternoon to attend the parade. Consequently, these children could not participate in athletics that afternoon. A homeschooled child could have gone to Philly for the day, grabbed a cheesesteak at Pat's, come back 5 minutes before practice started, and had no consequences at all. Not only do you have to physically be in school, but you have to also perform well academically too. According to the athletic eligibility requirement at Upper Dublin High School, found in every student's agenda, you must maintain a D average in all subjects to be allowed to practice. If your grade drops below a D in any class, then you have 1 week to bring it up, or you cannot participate in anything involving the team. If you are homeschooled, you do not have to meet any weekly grading requirements. According to the Pennsylvania law, the only requirements to be eligible to be a homeschooled student is that your parents must submit a notarized affidavit once a year to the superintendent stating the following. Number 1, name of parent and name and age of child, address, and telephone number. 2, assurance that the subjects are taught in English. 3, an outline proposal, education objectives by subject area. And finally, 4, evidence of immunizations, or in other words, proof that all of your medical shots are up to date. Also, the parent or supervisor of the child must have a high school degree or its equivalent. The affidavit shall be satisfactory evidence of compliance with the law. Also stated in the law, the required outline of proposed education objectives shall not be utilized by the superintendent in determining if the home education program is out of compliance. The purpose of the curriculum requirement is to make sure the parent will familiarize themselves with the curriculum. Rather than having to actually go through the curriculum to make sure you fully understand the material, you can go to www.phen.org and just download a pre-done affidavit that includes the entire curriculum already done for you. This outline is available in either Adobe Acrobat or Word for Windows for Pennsylvanians to use without having to read or understand the curriculum. Basically, to sum this up, if you know your name and your child's name and have a GED equivalent, you're eligible to write or copy and paste your child's curriculum, and the content cannot even be challenged by anyone. Absolutely ridiculous. In the United States alone, there are 2.5 million homeschooled children, according to a poll done in the 08-09 school year. For those who are homeschooled, there are many other alternative places for them to participate in athletics. In Upper Dublin alone, there are 6 basketball programs that are available. Whether it is a club team, intramurals, a religious team, AAU, or even just a Saturday league down at the YMCA in Ambler, there are teams and opportunities for all sports at a variety of different places at all levels. If you feel that your skills do not warrant a high level of competition, or are just looking for a leisurely league for fun and hanging out, then you can play intramural ball. Say you think you would like to someday play at a collegiate level, then an AAU team is for you. These AAU teams have college scouting tournaments and drill sessions for player recognition. What exactly does a homeschooled child see in school ball that they cannot receive anywhere else? Must they play for a team that they don't represent whatsoever? School teams are for pride and to bring the student body together. Sports are a vehicle to bring everyone together for fun and for respect, but not if the people representing you on the court are not one of your own. I want everyone to now close your eyes and picture this along with me. You're now standing with your best friends on top of the bleachers, sweating, jumping, yelling, having fun. You're at your basketball team's pep rally before the huge game. You have made it to the state finals. There's excitement in the air. Everyone is proud and happy to be a part of their school's success. Now, the big moment. The players are coming out of the blow-up tunnel. The pump-up music is playing. Queen is singing "We Will Rock You," and every single person is stomping to the beat. Dr. Rittenhouse gets on the microphone and announces the first player. Number 6, Chris Miller. Everyone claps and yells, but not many are familiar with him because he is homeschooled. Next up, number 10, Joe Schmo. Now everyone nervously claps and still tries to keep the spirit up in the room. Although it's a little weird because Joe is also homeschooled. Coming out now is Tyrone Summers. A small group is yelling while the others are focusing their eyes to see who this kid is. Right behind him is point guard Jay Free, and now the room is silent. No one in the entire place knows this boy. He is, of course, homeschooled. Finally, last up, Suburban 1 All-American, Ryan Ray. Once again, silence. The spirit in the room is dead. And half of the people who had bought their tickets for the upcoming game are debating whether or not to throw them out. They don't care. Now open your eyes and think, do you want this to become our school? I am all for opportunities, especially when it comes to teenagers. But I also believe that every choice has its advantages and disadvantages, pros and cons. When a family decides to send their children to a parochial school, they have made a calculated, informed decision. They gain a curriculum which includes religion, and they gain a student body of similar believing influences. They give up the diversity of the local public school and focus of the public school curriculum. They also give up participating in public school activities, clubs, performances, and sports. When a family makes the decision to homeschool their children, they have also made a calculated and informed decision. They gain the ability to control the curriculum and limit the students' interaction to those they deem appropriate. They gain the ability to adjust the learning hours and the content emphasis. But unlike those attending private, parochial, or charter schools, they do not give up the right to participate in the public school sports program. They did not need to make a choice of this respect. They can have it all, the control of homeschooling and the athletic program of the high school down the street. Life is about opportunity and also about choices. The choice should be to attend private school, parochial school, charter school, cyber school, or public school. And each has its advantages and disadvantages. One advantage of my public high school is the opportunity to compete against others on the school varsity, junior varsity, or freshman sports team. I cannot be in a play at St. Joe's Prep. I cannot join the Rocket Club at Chestnut Hill Academy. I cannot play football at Wissahickon. I go to one school, and I can play for that school.